and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and today I am joined by...
Protoblob.
And...
The Golden Loon.
Welcome.
Woohoo!
No, you gotta do it right. You gotta go down to boing, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, today's Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. So, Mr. Blob, if you do so wish, would you care to start us off in 741?
Alright. In 741, on the 3rd of December, Saint Zachary begins his reign as Catholic Pope, succeeding Gregory III.
Huh, alright.
So, the next big event is in 1678. Edmund Halley receives MA from the Queen's College in Oxford.
Is that Halley from Halley's Comet?
Yes, and there's an interesting story about that comet. Mark Twain was born on the date that the comet was showing up, and he died on the date that the comet was showing up.
Wow.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mark Twain, interesting. Yeah, I think I've heard about that.
He even predicted that he would die on that day.
Damn. Huh. But 1689, that looks interesting.
Let me see. Oh, yes. In 1689, first recorded successful separation of conjoined twins Elizabeth and Katharina Majerine, completed by Swiss surgeon Johannes Fatio in Basel.
That's amazing, all the way back then.
1689. That's
first separation of conjoined. Yeah, that is very surprising.
Yeah.
Then we're jumping on up into 1730. Coley Kibler was appointed British Poet Laureate under King George II. Alright. We got another historical event here in 1736. Astronomer André Celsius took measurements that confirmed Newton's theory that the Earth was an ellipsoid rather than the previously accepted sphere. And this is, I believe, that's not the guy who made. Is that the guy who made the Celsius temperature? Or is this somebody else? Let's see here. Celsius. Who invented Celsius? Andre Celsius. Okay, so... yeah, it was this guy. Anders Celsius. So this is the guy who made the temperature Celsius.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we got an election of interest here in 1828. Andrew Jackson was elected 7th U.S. President.
Yep, good old Andrew.
Yep. And moving right on back to you.
Alright, in 1847, Frederick Douglass publishes the first issue of his newspaper North Star.
Ah.
He was an abolitionist, so for those who don't know what it means, he was against slavery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
1854, the Eureka Stockade was happening. In what is claimed by many to be the birth of Australian democracy, more than 20 gold miners at Ballarat, Victoria, are killed by state troopers in an uprising over mining licenses.
Dang. Man.
Well, that sounds very brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, as it was said, the Tree of Liberty needs to be watered from time to time from the blood of tyrants and patriots alike. And that's just not a United States thing. That's a world quote right there. So
to me it sounds like they were held like slaves, or what do you think?
Well, from the sound of it, it sounds like they were trying to force people to buy the right to mine. So, mining licenses. And this is an uprising, over mining licenses.
I don't think it was slavery itself, though.
No, it wasn't slavery.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't anything to do with slavery, but it was people wanted to work, people wanted to get money to put bread on the table. And the government's like, oh, you want to work? Well, you have to give us money so we can give you the right to work. Are you kidding me?
Like many governments, they want...
Then it was too expensive, probably.
Yeah. Well, it's like everything. You know, the government wants whatever. They want you to pay money to do things. If you want a business, get a business license. You know, so that's a real simple level, but you can go too far, and that's what happens.
Yep.
Oh, it's also known as the Eureka Rebellion. That was a series of events involving the gold miners who revolted against the British administration. And Victoria at the time was a colony of the British. And that was during the Victorian Gold Rush.
Huh.
Okay. So it was against the British government then?
Yes. Yeah, well,
I'm showing it right there, yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, Australia at the time was still under the crown.
Right.
So I think they still technically are.
Yeah, so it began in 1851 that they demonstrated and did civil disobedience, and essentially it was over the cost of the mining permits.
Yep. And I see that you posted a link in Mike List for that conjoined twins thing, so I posted that in the underbar. Thank you very much.
All right. So I think I have one more.
Yes.
That's 1863. The Confederate General James Longstreet abandons his siege at Knoxville, Tennessee.
Good. Good for us. So, in Tennessee, I'm familiar with Tennessee. I come from there.
I think it means Tennessee.
Yep. And 1868, the first blacks on U.S. trial jury appointed for Jefferson Davis trial. So the first time black people were on the jury.
The jury, that had to be a biggie.
It is, because as it is said, a jury of your peers.
Yeah,
so
exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah.
1881, Henry Morton Stanley founded Leopoldville, which is now Kinshasa.
Kinshasa. That's
Kinshasa.
I think it's in Kenya or nearby.
How do you pronounce it again?
Kinshasa.
Kinshasa. Okay.
He is right. And it is the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Africa. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Kinshasa, formerly Leopoldville, is the capital and largest city of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Once a site of fishing and trading villages situated along the Congo River, Kinshasa is now one of the world's fastest-growing megacities. The city of Kinshasa is also known as the DRC's 26 provinces, or one of their trade. So it's a city and a province. Actually, very much like Tokyo. A lot of people don't realize that Tokyo is not the name of the city. It's the name of the province. The province, like the city, is in the province. It's just the province is city.
New York.
Yeah. Well, that's a city.
It's a city and a state. You got LA and LA County. You got a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah.
Berlin.
Yep, and then we got a music premiere here in 1907. George M. Cohan's musical Talk of the Town premiered in New York City. I wonder if that was the Talk of the Town.
He was hoping it was.
Yeah. 1908. I'm sorry?
For us, it is the talk of the town today.
Yeah. 1908, Edward Elgar's First Symphony in A, performed by the Haley Orchestra, conducted by Hans Richter, premiered in Manchester, England. All right. In 1911, Willis Carter presented his influential rational psychrometric formulae on air conditioning to the U.S. Society of Mechanical Engineers, or the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. So, all right, air conditioning, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, air conditioning engineer, Willis Carrier. Yep. Without him, a lot of people wouldn't be able to live out here where I'm at,
Not as comfortably, that's for sure.
Now, I'm used to it because I barely get any AC. So, I'm just, I rode out those several heat waves we had like a champ.
Yeah, it was last summer. That was hot.
If it wasn't for these cardboard things, I would be dead. Seriously. Like these cardboard things, I know how ugly they look, but they keep, the room 20 degrees cooler than it is outside. Seriously. So, anyway, I believe it's your turn again.
Yeah, and if you'd come to Germany, you'd be shocked to see that we don't have AC in the homes.
No?
Well, no, they don't get hot out there.
I think they get some heat.
Well, in the summer you can use a fan and install that somewhere.
So like the houses are just not built with AC, is what he's saying. That's interesting.
Yeah. But you can buy fans, put them into an electrical outlet, and that cools the room a bit.
How warm does it get in Germany?
Oh, I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. Around 30 to 35 Celsius.
Oh, that's up there. Let's see here. 35 C to Fahrenheit.
Yes.
95. So yeah, they can get up there.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So, but anyway, I believe it's your turn again.
All right. In 1926, detective novelist Agatha Christie mysteriously disappears for 11 days.
Huh. I think I remember hearing about that, the Agatha Christie disappearance. So.
It's still unsolved where she was during that time.
Weird. And she died in 1976, so this is way before that.
Yeah.
So maybe she just went on a little vacation, got away from everything. So.
There's a medical condition named I don't know how you pronounce it, fugue probably, Fugue, and that's also where people then disappear and they turn up after a few days and don't remember where they were.
Huh. That's kind of freaky. Well,
I've heard of that before, though.
Yeah.
I will post a link to that later so you can put it on the notes.
All right. Thank you.
So in 1929, Boston Bruins beat the Montreal Canadiens 3-1. The first win of an NHL record 14-game winning streak and a 22-game home winning streak.
Dang. That's interesting.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh.
Yeah, 22 games at home means they only lost a maximum each other game.
Yeah. Well, like 14-game winning streak, so that's overall, and then at home they kept the winning streak. So even though they lost,
they lost on the road.
Yeah.
Goalie at that time was George Hainsworth.
Yep. I believe maybe of the Boston Bruins. Like
I
doesn't
think
say
so.
which one he was in. He played for the Canadiens. Okay, never mind. So.
Then why is he shown there?
I don't know. Like he's a loser. Like not a loser. He's a loser of the game, like of this game. So that's weird. They pick random people sometimes, it seems. So.
Yeah. Okay, we have 1930, a music premiere. Richard Rodgers and Lawrence Hart's musical Evergreen premieres in London.
All right.
Never heard of it.
Same. Oh, here's this guy again. He looks like he has no pupils. Connie Mack looks like a zombie. A well-dressed zombie, but still an undead.
I think it's your turn again?
No, I believe it's yours still.
Oh, I did 3, but okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take it. 1933, as part of a famous Major League Baseball fire sale of players, Philadelphia A's owner Connie Mack sold catcher Mickey Cochrane to Detroit for $100,000. Cochrane was immediately named Tigers manager. Huh. So he sold them to Detroit, and then they made him their manager. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
We got a music premiere here in 1939. This guy again, Dmitri Shostakovich's Sixth Symphony premiered. By the end of this year, I'm going to be able to pronounce his name flawlessly because he's been on almost every day for like 2 months.
Really?
We've talked about this guy, yeah.
He's done something, huh?
He's a composer, Soviet composer.
Yeah.
So. And then 1941, Adolf Hitler viewed Poltava, Ukraine. I don't know what that means. I guess he went there.
I don't know. I would think that means he visited it, but
yeah,
who knows?
Must be after his empire conquered it. So.
Yeah, he conquered it in 39.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh no, wait, it's Ukraine. I thought it's Poland.
No. Well, he did conquer Ukraine. When did
he?
Hold on. When did the Nazis conquer Ukraine? I spelled that wrong. June 29th, 1941. The Germans have already launched their invasions of Soviet territory, invaded and occupied Lvov and eastern Glarus in Ukraine, slaughtering thousands. So
he went in 41. So that's what he's doing. He's viewing his winnings, I guess.
Yeah. And then right back at you, I believe.
Yeah, eventually the Nazis got to Stalingrad and were defeated there, as everyone knows.
Yep,
So
that was... go ahead.
In 1943, Howard Hanson conducts premiere of his Fourth Symphony, Requiem, with the Boston Symphony. Wins Pulitzer Prize for Music 1944.
Nice.
So the Pulitzer Prize was founded by the newspaper, the newspaper businessman Walter Pulitzer, I think, and his nephew also, who grew up at him. He also became a famous newspaper publisher.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
In 1946, the US government asks the United Nations to order dictator Francisco Franco out of Spain.
Yeah, that didn't work because he reigned until 1976, right?
I don't know.
I believe he did. Well, he died in 75, so it wasn't 76. Let's see here. It doesn't tell me. Let's see here. Francisco Franco. Actually, I can look. When did Francisco Franco
Reign
in his reign? I guess. Franco is Spain. Okay, here we go. 1973. He resigned his position of premier in 1973, but retained his functions as head of state, commander in chief of the armed forces, and head of the movement. Which is his rebellion. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So he's
they
there a long time.
they might say that, but in reality, he was a brutal dictator.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, he worked with the Nazis. Spain was neutral during World War II, but he still worked with the fascists because he himself was one. So.
Yeah. And in 1947, Tennessee Williams' play A Streetcar Named Desire premieres in New York City.
Huh.
That's a very famous one, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard of that several times before.
Well, you probably remember in the movie they made out of it.
Mm.
That's a classic now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is that the one streetcar everyone wants to ride?
Marlon Brando was in it.
Oh, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
And, hey, we got your favorite sport here. 1948, Australian cricket icon Don Bradman scored 123 for the Bradman 11 in his own testimonial match against the Lindsay Hadsteads 11 in front of 52,360 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, mate. Crikey.
Cricket.
Thank you. We got a radio premiere here in 1950. Paul Harvey began his national radio broadcast. All right.
Yeah. Paul Harvey is great. I don't know if you ever have listened to any of his... he had radio spots where he did little stories, and they're really good.
Mm.
Look Paul Harvey up someday.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
And you were 4 years old at the time here, right?
Yes, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. And it just says Republican Party. That's interesting. 1953, U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower criticized Wisconsin Senator Joe McCarthy for saying communists are in the Republican Party. Well, they were everywhere. And they're extremely everywhere today. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, while we talk about sports, Eisenhower was also a big, I think it was baseball player in his youth.
Eisenhower was a baseball player?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, amateur baseball,
Yeah.
But I think he was pretty good there.
Let's see here.
Played
Dwight D.
center.
Eisenhower was the president of the Abilene High School Athletic Association in 1909, and he played center field on the baseball team with his brother Edgar at first base. President Eisenhower he then entered West Point after school and played junior varsity baseball with General Omar Bradley. Wow!
I love that.
Wow! I had no idea. Bradley. Huh. That's cool.
It's amazing the connections you can see from famous people
Yeah.
down the road when they were younger
Yeah.
and everything like that, where they really met somebody or connected, and then they join up later.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
So do I. Like, that's awesome. Like, you know, like you look at like old things. Like, there's this crazy story about, I believe it was John F. Kennedy when he flew in the in World War II, or not Vietnam. He was president somewhere around there.
Kennedy didn't fly.
Kennedy. Then I guess it was Nixon. Somebody flew. Hold on a second. What president was a pilot during World War II? Herbert Walker Bush. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Did JFK serve in a war?
Yeah, he was. He was a captain of a platoon boat.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
That sunk.
Yeah.
He saved his crew or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I know I misspelled serve. Wait, did I misspell? No, I didn't misspell serve. Oh. Anyway. I believe it's your turn again, Mr. Blob.
Sure. In 1954, we have music history. Samuel Barber's cantata Prayers of Kierkegaard premieres.
All right.
So I guess this is about the famous. Was he an author or politician? What?
He was a composer. Cantata Prayers of
I mean Kierkegaard.
Yeah.
Simon, I think.
It's music, I believe. Let's see here. Prayers of Kierkegaard.
Yes.
It is an extended one-movement cantata written by Samuel Barber between 1942 and 1954. That's a long time. The piece has 4 main subdivisions and is based on prayers by Søren Kierkegaard. It is written for chorus, large orchestra, soprano, solo, and incidental tenor and alto solos. So it's very...
Kierkegaard was a theologian, philosopher, poet, and other stuff. So probably he wrote those prayers himself.
Yeah. So it's coming out of prayers, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, in 1956, basketball icon Wilt Chamberlain makes his much-anticipated varsity debut. He scores 52 points and grabs 31 rebounds, breaking both all-time Kansas records in an 87-69 win against Northwestern. Yep. So that's some great debut.
Yeah, that's incredible right there.
Yeah.
He was a legend. So... And you were 10 years old at this time.
Why are you bringing this up? Thanks again for the reminder. Well, I got to see Wilt Chamberlain play.
Yeah. Well, see, like, you know, you're up there in age, so if I don't remind you, you might forget. You know, I got to keep you. I got to keep you in the know. You know.
Thank you so much.
I'm just a caring
Just read
son.
your script, would you please?
You have one more, right?
In 1960, Alan J. Lerner and Frederick Loewe's musical Camelot, starring Richard Burton and Julie Andrews, and introducing Robert Goulet. The musical opens at Majestic Theatre, New York City, runs for 873 performances, and wins 4 Tony Awards.
Dang.
What an odd combination. Julie Andrews and Richard Burton. With Goulet in there, too.
Yep. Camelot, you know, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And I see we have been joined by Spike, Rave or Die. Welcome to the show. We're going to move on up to 1967. The first human heart transplant performed in South Africa by Dr. Christian Bernard on Louis Washkansky.
I remember that. It was something your mind couldn't grasp, that they actually took a heart out and put another one in, and patient survived.
Well, no, it didn't say survive. This is the first heart transplant, not the first successful.
Well, I don't know how long they lived, but they lived for some time after it.
Well, let's see here.
You know what I find interesting is that we talked about just the artificial heart transplant the other day, and now here's one about the real heart transplant.
Well, you're right here. It said Washkansky died 18 days later due to a lung infection and pneumonia.
Yeah.
So.
But they found it was possible.
Yes.
That's what they found out.
Well, no, this is the first one in Africa, not the first one in history.
I don't know.
Hold on a second. First heart transplant. December 3rd, 1967, and this is 1967. Oh, well, hold on a second. History. Let's see here. Well, I guess you're right. That's
I
weird.
didn't know it was a big deal.
Huh.
I couldn't guarantee that it was the first one ever, but I know it was successful. And he died, what was it?
18 days.
Yeah, 18 days later.
Yeah.
But it was mind-boggling.
Huh.
67, you go, what?
Yeah. What are you saying, Spike?
That's when they know that. That's when they knew that if you weren't like if you were a different blood type, that you weren't compatible with the transplant or something. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got an assassination attempt here in 1967 as well. An assassination attempt was made on Bob Marley and others during a concert rehearsals in Jamaica. Why would anybody want to kill this guy?
I never heard about that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, he's a great one.
Yeah, closer. Yeah, like that's...
You played too good on Elton John, I think.
Yeah.
Beatles.
I'm sorry, it sounds like you're talking through a pillow.
You wonder what the motivation was that for. Was it a political motivation or what?
Let's see here. Why did someone try to assassinate... Why is this the second option? It's weird. While Marley remained neutral, many viewed him as tactically supporting the Prime Minister Michael Manley and his Democratic Socialist People's National Party.
So it's political.
So, yeah, it is political.
What the heck?
Huh. Then we got another historic event here in 1967. We're stuck in 67. Former Indonesian President Sukarno was placed under house arrest. Huh. And, yeah. And then we have another one in 1982. Frances, film depicting life of actress Frances Farmer and starring Jessica Lange, first released in the U.S. All right.
Right. So, do you want to do some Spiker?
Give me 1 second. I'll do some right now. But yeah,
Alright.
keep going.
1982?
No, in a bit.
Okay. All right, your turn, Blob.
All right. 1983. I'm sorry. 1982. We have a boxing title fight. After losing his world welterweight boxing titles to Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns wins WBC Super Welterweight crown in a majority points decision over Wilfred Benitez at the Superdome in New Orleans.
Ah. All right. Thomas Hearns,
So-
Wilfred. Okay.
You know, that was a big fight. Sugar Ray and Thomas Hearn, yeah.
You know, this is weird. Like,
Oh,
you know, they have these two names clickable, but you can't click Wilfred Benitez. But he does have an article here.
Yeah, that's the Sugar Ray from We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying, like, you know, like, you can, like, in the article here, you can click Sugar Ray Leonard, you can click Thomas Hearns, but you can't click Wilfred Benitez. But on the side where the pictures are, you can click Wilfred Benitez. And I'm just wondering, like, why they don't have it linkable, you know, in the main article here. That's weird. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I see exactly
Yeah.
what you're saying. I just don't care.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
So, in 1984, we have Charity. Do They Know It's Christmas? Single written by Bob Geldof and Mitch Ure and sung by an all-star cast under the banner of Band Aid is released in the UK.
Ah, Band-Aid, okay. Yeah.
So, you know, it's the song with Do They Know It's Christmas Time at Home.
Yeah.
That's a good song. And actually,
Yeah.
speaking of Christmas songs, for the first time since a long time ago, I'm actually able to listen to Christmas songs without, like, you know, having post-traumatic stress disorder, you know?
Why?
Because I used to work retail.
Oh. Drives you nuts.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
literally for like 7 or long years. Like when was the last time I worked retail? It's been a long time. But, like,
The day?
I couldn't listen to Christmas songs. Like, it was, I couldn't, you know?
They start somewhere in November.
Yeah. They start in, like, you know, the instant it's November. It's like, it's Christmas time. It's like, no, it's Thanksgiving time. It's like, no, Thanksgiving is a U.S. holiday. I don't care. You know? Wait till after Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas time. You know? Fat man has enough time in the sun. Let us have Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And we will, of course, put up a link
Yes.
for you to listen.
Very good. Go and listen and enjoy.
Yeah. What's her face who sings "All I Want for Christmas Is You"? Like, is that?
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
Mariah the Carey.
Oh, it is Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it is Mariah Carey, bro.
Oh, okay.
I like her better though.
Anyway, 1985, the 7th ACE Cable Awards. Shelley Duvall won the Golden Cable Ace for Fairy Tale Theater. All right. Is that the one from The Shining? Shelley Duvall?
Oh, I can't remember.
Actress from The Shining. Let's see here. It is.
There you go.
I recognize that face.
Yeah.
She has a very unique face, and not for all the best reasons, but
I'm sure she'd love to hear that.
well, I mean, at least she's recognizable. Isn't that what you want?
Oh dear, you have a unique face.
You have a unique face.
That won't get you much mileage, trust me.
And in 1986, chasing the West Indies 248-5, Sri Lanka was sensationally dismissed for just 55 in cricket's Champions Trophy in Sharjah. Windies pace bowler Country Walsh took 5 for 1 in 4.3 overs.
Cricket.
Yep. 1989, Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev and U.S. President George Herbert Walker Bush declared the Cold War over. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I also have a very funny story about that. When the Cold War was over, Boris Yeltsin visited the. I think it was Gorbachev actually. Either Gorbachev or Yeltsin, one of them visited the United States and went into a supermarket there and thought, I need to have that in my country. And that's how the U.S. Managed to get the Russians into a capitalist system.
Let's see here. Boris Yeltsin. Yeah, you're right. Well, you're going to be right either way, but yeah, it was Boris Yeltsin at the Clear Lake grocery store. So, which led to the downfall of communism. A grocery store.
That is funny.
I miss Alpha Beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got some wrestling here, Mr. Blob.
It's actually tennis, and it's German history.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
1989, Stefan Edberg of Sweden claims his first and only ATP Masters Grand Prix tennis title with a 4-6, 7-6, 6-3, 6-1 win over the defending champion Boris Becker at Madison Square Garden, New York City. And Boris Becker, of course, is from Germany, so he was later known for a few scandals he was involved in.
Really?
Well, that's unfortunate.
He had a girlfriend essentially, they were caught,
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate, yes.
Yeah, we don't need details here. So just yeah.
I think that was Anna Konakova in case someone wants to read about it. And later, the worst thing he ever did was making ads for AOL.
AOL. I didn't realize they even had advertisements. I thought they just mailed everybody the discs. So
yeah. People still use the 30-day free trials to this day and have not paid anything in 30 years.
Bro, did you see that story? I don't remember the exact semantics of it, but this one guy saved all of those discs and made an entire suit of armor out of those discs. Hold on a second.
Wow.
AOL disc armor. Let's see here.
I actually was trying to make a joke, but that's even more insane.
Yeah, here we go. So yeah, people actually have made, and we have here, somebody actually made an entire parade thing out of it, And we have another one here. Oh, they got creative. They made a fish. So there's several of them. That's crazy. Like the amount of discs that they just like. Oh, that's really good. Look at that. And they use like motherboards and stuff for the fins.
Yeah, look at that.
That's really cool.
That is.
Yeah.
People get creative.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, Boris Becker and Steffi Graf, they were both great tennis players of that time in Germany.
Yeah.
Yep.
And from the tennis legends, we get to the wrestling legend. In 1991, Hulk Hogan defeats The Undertaker at This Tuesday in Texas at the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio and becomes the 4-time WWF champion.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Hulk.
Yep.
And,
At least it was him, not freaking somebody else.
Yeah.
and later they got into some legal battle with the World Wildlife Foundation and had to rename themselves to WWE.
Yep, they did, and that really pissed me off. And ever since then, I've hated the World Wildlife Federation. Screw them.
I don't even care about wrestling, and it pissed me off as well.
Yeah, like I was literally just getting into wrestling, and that was around the same time Hulk Hogan changed his name to Hollywood Hogan because Marvel's like, oh, the Hulk, wah. So
They changed his name?
yeah, to
I didn't
Hollywood
know that.
Hogan. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
no, the Hulk was my favorite wrestler. Like I was actually getting into it, and then I viewed him as a sellout. He's like, oh, I'm Hollywood Hogan. I'm Hollywood. It's like, oh, you freaking sellout. You like. So
Well, I'm not into wrestling at all, and it's all prescribed.
I was this close to being into it.
What these guys do in athletic moves and hitting each other
Yeah.
phoningly, and
Yeah.
not hurting each other or killing each other.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I was like this close to getting into wrestling.
Really?
I was this close. So, you have another one here though in '95.
Well, the conspiracy theory that actually was real, as far as we know, is that the wrestling stuff was all acted.
Oh yeah, well wrestling,
Of course.
like it's called World Wrestling Entertainment for a reason. Like it's staged, definitely. Like actual wrestling is like when people are
No.
on the ground.
There was a
squirming
WrestleMania. No, was it? The cage in the match, like, with Mankind, Triple H. After that, it changed everything.
Ah,
Then it went really fake. Before there was blood.
yeah, that
Remember?
sounds about right. No, I never really saw it, but it sounds about right.
That's like the epic one, bro. It was Triple H, Mankind, and Kane. And like it was in a cage match, and it was all bloody fool. And then like after that, they ended it. They were like, nah, the WWF turned into WWE. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't really follow it that much.
I was like a little kid. Everybody remembers, but yeah, man, the history.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that makes sense.
After that, took out blood from the wrestling scene.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bloodborne pathogens, like it's a health risk. So, you don't want blood on the mat. You don't want blood being
It was
sprayed.
more
in the-
drama.
Yeah.
Like, oh! And then-
Damn.
yeah.
Anyway, Mr. Blub, you have one more here in '95.
Yes. And we get back to tennis. In 1995, the Davis Cup in tennis in Moscow. Pete Sampras beats the Russian Yevgeny Kafelnikov 6-2, 6-4, 7-6 to give the United States a winning 3-1 lead. It ends 3-2. Record 31st United States title.
Dang. That's the 31st title we've gotten. That's, yeah.
Sounds like we dominate the Davis Cup.
Yeah. Well, at least at that time we did.
Yeah.
Well, in 1995 as well, revival of Stephen Sondheim's musical Company closed at Criterion Theater in New York City after 68 performances. That's a pretty short
So
stint.
the musical was named Company, just so viewers are not confused.
Yeah. Yeah, the musical Company. The name of the musical is Company, yes. Not his musical company. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that is really confusing. Then I'm going to do the split here real
More
quick.
tennis.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to part 2. We are now in the year 2000. French Open champion Gustavo Kuerten of Brazil won the season-ending Tennis Masters Cup for the only time, defeating Andre Agassi 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Wow, he's consistent. In the final in Lisbon, Portugal. Dang. And then we also have, in 2018, Ballon d'Or, Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric won. First time since 2007 that either Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo didn't win an award. Norwegian striker Ada Hegerberg was inaugural women's winner. All right. Messi is just like, what? I didn't win? Huh? But yeah, no, we've been talking about this guy a couple times actually this past week. Yeah, he's a legend. Like, he's a football star, but he's like it said here, like, this is the first time since 2007 that either of these two people didn't win.
Yeah.
And this is 2018. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
Straight. That's insane. Then we got another one in 2018 for Mr. Blob.
All right. We have David Attenborough. He warns of the collapse of civilization and the natural world on the horizon at the United Nations Climate Summit in Poland.
Oh, climate summit. Here we go. Oh, it's the end of the world. Blah, blah, blah. They're always harping about that. Well, then go after China. Go after China and India. You know, like, seriously. You know, like, there's nothing more we can do in the Western world to stem, you know, our carbon footprint unless you want us all to just die. You know, like, China and India really need, like, to get cracked down upon, especially China.
Oh, both of them.
So, well, yeah, India, you know, is you know, coming up in second place, not too far, but China is, like, really, you know, just
between the two of them, the two countries, they open up like a coal plant a week or a month, every month.
Sounds about right.
Every week or something, they open up a new coal plant.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 year later, in 2019, we have the 70th anniversary of the NATO, marked by gathering in London of world leaders and reception by Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace.
Well, that's interesting. We didn't read anything about NATO beforehand. So, actually here, 2019, I'm not good at math, so 2019 minus 70 equals 1949. So, let's see if there's anything here in 1949 about NATO, if I can get there.
I don't see anything. I only see a TV channel.
Yeah. Wow. So if this is supposed to be the anniversary of NATO, why is NATO not
They don't even mention it?
Yeah, that's weird. Huh.
Maybe it was not on the exact date, but gathering was there.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we will look it up later and put a link into the description.
Yep.
So in 2019, Google co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin announced that they are stepping down from roles at their parent company Alphabet, and Sundar Pichai becomes head of both.
Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. So
Tell us what you really think.
Well,
I would, but I'm pretty sure I'd end up in jail. So
I know.
yeah. So anyway, oh god, from one piece of shit to another. 2019, Kamala Harris ended her campaign to be the Democratic candidate for president. Good, we don't need you. You know.
Isn't she the woman who puts all the black people in jail?
Yes. Well, she and she. Wow, for a second I confused her with AOC. Kamala Harris. Is a monster, like an absolute monster. Like what she did out here in California, what she's behind, what she's responsible for, is stuff I can't even say on the show. It is absolutely appalling. Like, you know, she's a filthy example of a human being. I don't even consider her a human. She's disgusting. So, anyway.
Before we get too angry, I think we get to the next entry.
Yeah. 2019, Spotify say Drake the most streamed star of the 2010s with 28 billion streams. Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, most streamed track with 2.4 billion streams. Wow. That's a lot of streams.
That's a bunch.
Yeah. I wonder if they all go into a river or a delta or something, you know, like maybe make an ocean. So, And then in 2019 as well, world leaders discussing U.S. President Donald Trump is in unflattering terms at NATO reception, caught on camera and went viral. Huh. Yeah, that's right. Everybody hates on Trump.
Yeah.
So
didn't like it when they said, pay up your fair share what you agreed to. They go, what?
You actually want us to do what we said we would do? How dare you? How dare you? You know?
Yeah.
And then, I'm not going to read either. I'm not going to read this one here. So, yeah. Anyway, before we move on to the burst and deaths, were there any articles that grabbed anybody's attention more than most?
Well, I'll tell you what, as little as it was, seemed like that President Eisenhower one with the baseball. I love.
Oh, that was cool.
And connecting with different generals.
Bradley, yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
I have something from the 1930s that might be interesting.
Yeah.
In 1931, Alka-Seltzer goes on sale.
Alka-Seltzer? 1931. I'm still scrolling. I'm trying to get to it here. Here we go. 1931. Oh, wow. Okay. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Yeah, that's great.
That's cool. Good pull, dude. Good pull. Anyway, we're going to move on into bursts here, and I think we're going to be losing the loon.
Indeed, I'm gone. Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy.
Really wish you wouldn't leave, but okay.
You bet.
Thank you for joining. Audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you wish we had elaborated more about? Anything that you would have liked to talk about? Start a comment section in the underbar, or start a dialogue. Start a dialogue in the comment section. Wow, I'm all messed up in the brain today. Anyway, in 1368 we have Charles VI, the well-beloved King of France from 1380 through 1422. Born in Paris, Isle de France, died in 1422. We have John Wallis, 1616, an English mathematician and cryptographer who introduced infinity as a symbol for infinity, the sideways 8. Born in Ashford, England. So yeah, so this is the guy who made the infinity symbol. Cool, really, really cool. Mr. Block.
In 1795, we have Rowland Hill. He was an English inventor who introduced the first adhesive postage stamp in 1840. He was born in Kidderminster, Worcestershire, England. So essentially, if you lick the back of a postage stamp and it stays on the envelope, he created the adhesive for that.
Yep. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hill, for the postage stamp. So, yeah.
And he died in 1879.
Dang.
And we have, in 1826, George McClellan, American Major General of the Union Army, born in Philadelphia, PA. And he died in 1885.
Dang. Yo, Spike, what's for lunch? Oh, just a sausage patty? Alright. Is that McDonald's or something? Oh, it is McDonald's. Alright. Ah, you're making a sandwich, I see. Then we have Joseph Conrad, born on this date in 1857, was a Polish-English novelist. Lord Jim, Heart of Darkness, born in Berdichev, Poland. Alright. We have Rajendra Prasad, 1884. Indian independence activist and first president of India from 1950 through 62, born in Zarandai, British India, dying in 1963. And who else do we have here? There we go. A lot of scrolling here.
Yeah. 1927.
Yep, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
1927, we have Andy Williams, the American pop singer who sang Moon River and Days of Wine and Roses. He was born in Wall Lake, Iowa, and he died in 2012.
Dang.
And in 1930, we have Jean-Luc Godard, a French director, Alphaville, Hail Mary, Breathless. He was born in Paris, France, and he died this year.
Dang. I wonder, he died September 13th, so that's recent. Several months ago. So, I see Spike there is having trouble. Oh, Well, at least it didn't hit the floor. That's good. He's having trouble with his ketchup. There we go. That's one awesome sandwich you made there, bro.
490.
Yep.
Oh, the next one is very famous.
Oh, wow. Ozzy Osbourne, born on this date in 1948. English heavy metal vocalist and songwriter, Black Sabbath, born in Birmingham, England. Also did like Under the Graveyard and also bit the head off a bat. So.
What fucking hell? Put your head up.
Yeah. I saw Ozzy live at BlizzCon once. So that was interesting. I've also seen Tenacious D live. Well, that's interesting. Then we also have who else do we have? Julianne Moore, 1960, a U.S. actress, Magnolia, The Kids Are Alright, born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Huh. Oh, do you mind if I take this one? This guy's one of my favorite actors.
Sure, do it.
1968, Brendan Fraser, a U.S. actor, Encino Man, The Mummy films, God and Monsters, Dudley Do-Right, Blast from the Past, Encino Man. Oh, I've already said Encino Man.
Monkey Bone.
Monkey Bone, good one. That's a good one. Yep. Born in Indianapolis, Indiana. I thought he was Canadian. Huh. So, yeah, interesting. Yep. Anyway, now it's your turn, good sir. And I took 3, so you take 3.
All right. We have the American actress. One moment. Amanda Seyfried. It's her 37th birthday today. And she played in Mamma Mia and The Dropout, and was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Born in 1985. And born in 1994, we have the American rapper and singer-songwriter Lil Baby. So it's his 28th birthday today.
Yep.
He wrote a song. He wrote and sung My Turn, The Voice of the Heroes, and he was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep. His real name is Dominique Armani Jones. Huh. All right.
And I think so we can close this. In 2005, we have Prince Sverre Magnus of Norway.
All right. So he's 15, 16, 17 years old today?
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the deaths. Why don't you start us off here in deaths?
Oh, should I?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I
This
told
is
you
a
I
little
don't know how
confusing,
to
though.
pronounce it, but I'll do my best. I think it's pronounced Diocletian or Diocletian.
Sounds about right
I
to
don't
me.
know. Roman Emperor from 284 to 305, who defeated the Sarmatians and Carpi. He died in 311 or 312 at 66 years old.
You there?
Wait.
Did my audio just die? My audio just died.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on a second.
He was. I don't get this. He was born between 240.
I need to get myself some new speakers. This happens sometimes. Come on. Hold on.
So he was born sometime between 242 and. Know that he died on the 3rd of December.
Up. Can you hear me? No. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the speakers.
I find that a bit strange that we know the date but not the year.
Testing. Can you hear me? Oh, great.
I cannot hear you again.
Okay. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, now it's picking me up. But I can't. My audio's still not working. Alright, well, anyway, crap. I don't know what to do. Well, I think we'll just end the show here. Because my speakers are acting up and I can't get them to fix. So
No way.
Anyway, Spike, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, so we're gonna conclude the show here.
It's clear.
Yeah.
Sounds clear.
Sorry, we can't get through the deaths. But yeah, technical difficulties. Anyway. That shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including one not limited to all things OMNI Coalition. And please go visit this day the website that we have for our source. We have. I'm just going to rattle off some names here: Robert Louis Stevenson, Mary Baker Eddy, Pierre Auguste Renoir, Walter Knotts, Scott Weiland. Yeah, for all the deaths. So yeah, sorry. As I said, my audio, I'm not hearing anything. So, anyway, yeah. Until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. And yeah, so toodles.